Hey guys, today I wanted to make a video about sfl.world, and if you don't know, sfl.world is a site made by a community member named Andre, and this site is used by most of the top end players, if not all the top end players. It's used by a lot of new players. Like, this site is such an important part of Sunflowerland that, like, if Andre stopped playing the game, I honestly don't even know what would happen in the game because it would change the way that a lot of people play the game. So I just want to make a video about this site and like going through all the different pages, what you can find here, because almost all the information you like players come in and ask about the game can be found on this site. So I don't use every single page of this site. So some of the pages I'm going to be like exploring with you guys, but I use a lot of different pages on it, and I use it every day, all throughout the day, multiple times a day. So this is the home page. We'll scroll through this. It shows the ticket deliveries for the day. Shows some of the prices, some links to different things. Here on the left, shows the upcoming auctions, gem prices. This probably needs to be updated with the discounts and whatnot. Coin prices. So this is the home page, so we'll go to the utility page. So this is the P2P Trading Calculator page, and this page I don't think really is used much anymore. This was created and used more so when there was no in-game marketplace and people like had to like manually trade between each other. That's what this page was used for. This page isn't used that much anymore. Compare prices. So this is price history for different resources in the game, as well as information on where is the best way to sell crops or resources. So you can see that information here. So when the number is positive, that means it's better to sell to other players, and when it's negative, it means that's better to vendor at Stella's shop. Here we can see the price history, the last 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days. This is one of the things that like I don't think sfl.world does that well, is price history, just because it's kind of like it's hard to see the different prices here, and I wish there was more information for this specific thing, but it's hard to criticize this site at all because it's so comprehensive. Factions is the next page. So this is a lot of information on factions. It tells you what the current foods are, what to feed the pet, what the current things are at the faction kitchen. It tells you how much each rank costs in emblems to get to the ranks. It tells you the top 10 in emblems and top 10 in marks. It shows how many members there are. It just shows a bunch of information about factions. There's a skill calculator page. I don't know, this page is kind of weird because like you can't go to other pages from it. Like the toolbars, the top bar is gone. There's no dark mode. I don't know what this is, but anyway, it's a skill calculator page, so you can like plan out your skills that you want to put into your tree. Pretty helpful. There's a few different sites for that, but Andre integrated it here. There's the API page where Andre's put a bunch of different APIs for the game in. If you want to create your own tools or get your own information, you could pull them from here. Then there are a couple of links here for the Telegram notification bot and Discord notification bot. The Telegram notification bot, I believe, is made by Andre. The Discord notification bot is made by someone else. The Discord notification bot is kind of out of date now. The owner of it, the bot still works, but a lot of the new stuff isn't implemented yet because the owner doesn't play as much anymore. I'm not going to click on them because they link you to a different page, but they're there. And then the info pages. So there's a bunch of different info pages. We'll go through them. Here are animals. So a bunch of information here. Tells you what levels they unlock at, how much they cost to upgrade them. These are the chances of like getting the different tools to use on the animals: petting hand, brush, music box. Tells you how much experience you get. And here it tells you like what the best food to give them is. Tells you how much you'll get from them. A bunch of information on animals. Auctions. This is telling us about the upcoming auctions, their dates, times, and it'll give us information on how much they went for, I believe, after the auctions have happened. Bumpkin XP, here's a page that just shows how much experience you need at each level. Goes all the way to 125, which is the current maximum. Chapter progress, I don't believe this has been updated yet. Yeah, this was for the previous chapter, but Andre puts here, it's a general idea. It's not going to be the best or or the most optimized, but it gives you a general idea of how many tickets you'll be able to obtain throughout the chapter. Like I said, it's not updated yet for the current chapter, but I'm sure it will be soon enough. Here's a bunch of chest information, so like all the different chests. These are like the regular keys, the basic key, rare key, and luxury key. Bud box if you have bud. So these are the daily chests. It gets better once you expand further. The different desert streaks, Mannequin Neko, the little cat that gives you food, pirate chest in the digging area, gift giver, and then these are the new love boxes, the new flower boxes, and tool boxes, the new food boxes. All this information's here. And we're at the constant. So this is information in the game that just is supposed to stay the same. I guess we can remove this because the Love Rush event is done. These are the floating island shop items, and these constants might not be the best place for it because like these are the default prices, but they could change like up to 30%. So it gives you some idea how much they cost, how much building costs to upgrade and build. The composter requirements. These are for when you swap sunstones to different nodes, how much they cost and how much the price increases by. Lava pit requirements. These are the obsidian to sunstone trading amounts, skill reset costs, and instant cooking costs. Next we have cooking. This is a very useful page. It tells you what the best ways to get food and experience are. So like you could sort these columns by different things. There's a different section for each building, deli, smoothie shack, bakery. So the crafting box, people often ask, how do I make X? How do I make Y? It's often in the crafting box, and here I'll tell you all the different recipes that are currently in the game. Deliveries. So these numbers aren't necessarily always up to date, and there's sometimes duplicates and whatnot, but these give you a general idea of how much different deliveries cost for the different NPCs. They have the flower ones. This I guess needs to be changed to flower. Coins. Betty has like a ton of different deliveries. Coins still, and then the ticket ones. It gives you a general idea of how much the different tickets cost on average. Then we have fish experience. So this just tells you the default amounts of fish-related food experiences. I'm honestly kind of surprised this is a page, but it is. And then we have fishing, and there's like a bunch of different tabs for fishing. Andre has separated them. I think I actually preferred it when it was all on one page, but it tells you if you like click on a fish, it'll tell you like how people are catching it and like what the best way to catch it is. I guess that's the type page. Then you could go by season 2. So if you go to like one thing that a lot of people are trying to catch is cobia, it'll tell you the best way to catch it. So like most people catch it with carrot or like no chum or broccoli. And then you go by bait. And this page, it needs to be updated. I told Andre about this a few days ago, but if you look at like red wigglers in the spring, you could see that like tuna and starfish are like the same in every season. That's because it counts the fish in every season. It should only be counted in the season you're catching it, just so that the numbers are more accurate, because then it would increase the percentage here and lower the percentages of fish that could only be caught in like certain seasons. But anyways, once this gets updated, it'll give you a good idea of the best way to catch certain fish. So like I said, a lot of people are trying to catch cobia, and you could see here, you go to summer, you can see here it tells you like the percent. This should actually be higher because, like I said, some of these numbers are inflated, like the ones that can be caught in any season. And then finally, there's these just tell you who has caught fish in the past 24 hours. And how this works, it's not everybody who fishes, because how you have to do it is you have to cast your fishing line, don't reel it in. You have to then go onto your farm in SFL World and refresh it, and then it'll come up here. So like just by fishing, the numbers aren't automatically generated. You have to like refresh your farm in SFL World for the numbers to be calculated. But you can see there's like a ton of people who do that. So it gets some data. It doesn't get all the data, but it gets like a good amount of it. And then the flower page, this page is also very useful. It tells you the best combinations to get flowers. So like if you want purple pansy, the best way to do it is by planting purple cosmos and then blue cosmos and then purple pansy. How that works. The new seasonal flowers aren't updated yet. It'll tell you how to get them, but it doesn't like tell you the best route like it did here. Like purple doesn't tell you the best way. So like for example, if you want blue edelweiss, it doesn't tell you like which one here is best, because like you can see like the white one isn't best because you need a yellow clover first, but like for the purple one you just need rhubarb and then you can do that. So like that would be the best way for the blue one, but it hasn't updated that yet. And the other thing on the flower page is these gifts. So it'll tell you if you're gifting the flowers to the NPCs, it'll tell you what the rewards are, what are like the best flowers to gift them for the most experience. And yeah, it'll tell you the rewards, and then after you're done like with the basic rewards, it'll tell you what you get afterwards. Then we have land expansions. Here it just tells you the requirements and like what you get on every land expansion. Tells you all the costs and whatnot. And it's funny now that obsidian is in the marketplace, like some of these P2P costs are insane. But if you're making the obsidian yourself, it's far less than that. Next we have the revamped skills tree. I guess this is, yeah, I mean this is basically out of date. Like you just have the skill calculator, so you don't really need that page anymore. Statistics, so this is just a bunch of information on the game, like a lot of different things. Like it's hard to go through all of them, but there's just a bunch of different statistics on the game. Go through them a bit. Like you can see 310 people are at Volcano. This part is interesting to me. It shows you like who is taking what skills and like what skills aren't very desired. Like, there's some skills. Some of these skills are the old skills, and they should be probably taken out. But some of the skills are like sheepwise diet. Like this is one of the worst skills in the game in my opinion. Only 69 people have it. It tells you how many pumpkins are at a certain level, like a bunch of level 125s. And then we finally have the top list, and there's just a bunch of different lists, like from anything you could think of, like what people have in their inventory, like how many like of certain crops they've harvested. Like there's just so many different things here. And then we have the NFT page, and here we have, if you click on the one with boosts, it'll tell you all the different boosts that are currently in the game, and it's like sorted by category, so animals, crops, fruit, etc., etc. And like oftentimes it'll tell you where they come from, like this was like the mutant fish in season 7 VIP chest. So a lot of useful information here. So then you have the same thing for collectibles. So this is just all collectibles. It's not just the ones with boosts. Then you have the same thing with the wearables. These aren't just boosts, they're all the wearables in the game. Then the buds. I haven't gone to this page recently. I'm not exactly sure what this is. So this has a list of what all the buds in the game are and like what boosts they are. So like if you want a mythical aura, like the best aura in the game, there aren't that many in the game. There's only like a handful. But yeah, all the buds that were printed. And then I'm not gonna go through all these pages, but it'll like tell you like what the items were from each chapter. Squirrel onesies kind of cool. Okay, and then these are just links to Opensea here, Opensea land and Opensea buds, but those aren't really used. I mean, I guess land is still kind of used, but the buds are more in game now. And then we'll go to my specific farm and we'll show you what's here. This is the page I use the most. So your general information about like some balances in the game, plaza trades you have, resources you have growing, and what's being completed recently. Like, if I update this, a lot of these green ones will go away, but it hasn't been updated for a few hours, so I'll just update that now. So here we have a checklist of things to do for the day. I still haven't claimed my VIP chest because sometimes there's like a bug with syncing on chain, so I just wait a few days usually for it. I don't really grow peppers much anyway, so it's not urgent for me. Power skills that are ready to be used. This is the Telegram bot. Your kingdom games, chest keys you have in your inventory. I don't open these right away, so these just kind of sit here. Buys tickets to enter the raffle. Here's your hoarding limits. They're trying to get rid of some of these hoarding limits, so hopefully this part can go away soon. Here's your chores for the week, your bounties for the week, faction kitchen, faction pet, deliveries for flour, deliveries for coins. Here's your stock at Betty. This part isn't that useful to me. I just check in game. Probably easier that way. Deliveries for tickets, your top lists, which list you're in the top 100 for. Here's some Bumpkin statistics, I guess. Coins earned, coins spent. Here's buds you have, and then here's your activity too, of like what your farm has done. And then on the right side we have the resources, what's in production, like build it, like growing and cooking, I guess, and stuff, and the composters. There's a crop machine. Here's your wearables that you have equipped with boosts. And if we go to the animals page, there's a bunch of information on the animals, like the tickets, coins, and everything for the week. What's when your animals are going to be ready and whatnot. We have the digging page. This page is very useful for players. It shows you where you've where you've like done digging for the day, and it'll give you hints of like where other puzzles could be and stuff like that. Or like you can see here, there's sand, so that means there can't be anything around that. It'll tell you how much you spent on digging and like how much you made from it. It doesn't count what you got from the digging streak, but it's still pretty good. And here's the map of your farm. This will just like a good, like I use this sometimes for like when you're trying to make sure all your crops have like fertilizer on them, either rapid root or the other one, whatever it's called, sprout mix. That like you could hear it'll be pretty obvious which ones don't have it if you put them on. I'm hoping he adds something to tell you which beehive gets the pollination, but that still isn't in the game yet, or in SFL World. And costs, this is how much all your farm is basically worth, but it goes by Opensea price, not by in-game price. The in-game price is probably more accurate, so he's going to change that at some point. But you can see all the costs of your NFT, your wearables, the cost of everything in your inventory. I have a ton of like obsidian. Well, I don't have a ton of obsidian. It's just worth a bunch of milk, wood. Here's like a summary of it. Here's your buds. The buds costs aren't factored in yet because each bud is different and it's hard to get a price for those. Your treasure, how much is stuff from your treasure's worth, of like 700,000 coins worth of treasure stuff. Then we have the boost page. So this is like a breakdown of all of the boosts. So like you could see here, like all the wood boosts you have, Form and Beaver, the skills, the different NFTs and stuff. You could say the same thing for the crops. And there's also the animal boosts. This was newly implemented. You can see all the boosts here, production bonuses, costs, very useful stuff. Then we have the skills. These are the skills you currently have in game. So the gray ones are ones you don't have, and like the ones that are like in green for the tier 1, blue in tier 2, and yellow for tier 3 are the ones you do have. Good to see what some people have taken if you want references. Food. There's a list of all the food you have and the boosts that you have for them. So like I have a ton of food saved up for when we get a higher pet streak. I'm waiting for that so I can eat it all once I have better boosts. And this is stock. I haven't clicked on this one in a while. Okay, so this is like some sort of like calculator. Yeah, restock calculator. So like you have to choose what season you're on. And then you also have to like choose what you're going to be planting. So like if you're planting like a bunch of different things, it'll show you how much profit you make when you do that. Like which tools you're going through. Pretty useful. And like you choose the different gem prices you want based on how much it costs you or how much you're buying. It'll change the cost. The better pack you're buying, the cheaper it is to restock on average. Here's the fishing tab. It shows you all the fish you have in your inventory, and like if you click on them, it'll show you like what their likes are and stuff. But it's good. I use this for just figuring out like, oh, I need more barred knife jaws, or I need more squid or whatnot, you know. Basically what this is for. Flowers, same idea as the fishing. It shows you your stock of flowers at a quick glance. Like if I want more white daffodils, I can come here and it just tells me basically the same information on the flower page of like what's the best way to get there. This stuff, once again, the new flowers still aren't updated, but it will be over time. Showed me which gifts I've gifted recently. Some I've never gifted, you know. And there's games. So this is just statistics on the different games. So there's the Chicken Rescue, Crops, and then the Potion House, and for Dash and Halloween. Just different statistics on the games in the game. And then trading, I don't really go here very much. Okay, I guess it is just telling you prices and plaza trades. This information is on the main page too, though, so that page isn't very necessary, but it is here anyways. And yeah, that's basically SFL World. Like I said, one of the most important tools that we have as Sunflower Land players. If Andre went away, I honestly don't know what we would do with ourselves, because it's such an important tool in the game, and almost all players who have been here for any amount of time use this site on like a daily basis. So thanks to Andre, thanks to the site, and yeah, have a good day, guys. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't yet. It would help me out a lot. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Have a good day, guys.